Damn it! Did I really have to go off like that? Maybe she's right. Maybe we should fight, just like Marie taught us. Do I really have to be so angry? Do I really hate my mother? Why do you put the elastic bands round their clothes? Is it so they don't cut your fingers?
I appreciate the concern, but no, ma'am. Without the bands, they would just eat each other.
When the guy said that, my mind jumped to my mother. She used to warn me about people and how dangerous they could be. Even me, she said. Don't trust me. Trust no one but yourself. Ah, it was exhausting. Wow! I'd forgotten how muscular you are.
And? Are you jealous?
No, I like it.
Alright, you're my sister. This is super embarrassing. Especially since you're drunk off your ass.
I've always found Diane's presence comforting. She only has to stand by me and I start to breathe easier. It's funny how you forget the obvious stuff as time goes by.
When will Dad get here?
He'll get here when he gets here. Soon. Don't worry.
I can't wait. Tomorrow we're visiting Buckingham Palace, and Lizzie says I'll get to taste real fish and chips and... Oh, sorry, Junon.
I've never really been jealous of Diane's family. I was too fascinated by the concept of a family. That was an incredible discovery for me, and so beautiful to see. I was also worried for her. She had a dad and a stepsister. She had something to lose. I only had Marie, and Marie is immortal. So I was safe. You see, my little dear, there are some things I'd have loved the chance to tell you. For starters, growing up means figuring out what you really care about and what you're better off without. I never understood why the whole world was such a threat to Marie. It damaged me, growing up that way. Now, I've had enough. Diane has always been a reassuring presence in my life. Although I never knew how to tell her. We had completely different lives. We're not affected by the same things. But I hope it's not too late to tell her that I care about her.
We owe her that as well, don't we?
She's terrified, actually. My little sister. I need to comfort her. Show her that I'm here for her. That she's not alone. You know what? Right about now, there's nothing we can do for Marie. Nothing at all.
But
I know this bothers you, and I understand. But that's how it is. It's out of our control. So I'd rather pay attention to what matters the most. Family.
And that's what exactly?
It's you. You're my family, Diane.
What about Mom?
Marie is different. That's just how she is. She's... Sure, we're part of her life, but we can't expect much more than that. Marie, she's alone against the world. I think she'd be furious if she knew she was surrounded with Jesus stuff. This is a former charity hospital. It's not holy ground anymore, but the new owners apparently thought it wouldn't hurt to keep a few statues around. I guess this is as good a place as any to hope for miracles. After all, whether she admits it or not, Mom has one thing in common with the biblical Mary. Both of them had a child whose father was shrouded in mystery, which makes me baby Jesus? I'd prefer not to end up dead on a cross, though.
Well, considering what she's been through. As a kid, I mean.
What is she talking about? What are you talking about? How do you know what she went through as a kid? Did she talk to you?
Once. One night. I didn't really understand. Her dad left when she was like 12 years old. She basically raised her brothers and sisters on her own.
Hold on, what? She has brothers and sisters?
I guess so. And she's the oldest. And at some point, she burned bridges with everyone. Forever.
Oh, wow. Did I know this? I kind of remember, but it feels like a blur. Have we talked about this before? Did I forget that too? That's not what's important right now. You know, Diane, I don't think that Marie has anyone. Not really. She doesn't want to. She can't. She doesn't know how to trust.
True. That is the one thing that's beyond her reach.
But it's not beyond ours. We need to trust each other, otherwise we're screwed. You understand?
Of course I understand. I've spent years trying to get her to pay attention to me. And I don't feel like fighting all the time. Not against you, anyway.
We don't have to anymore.
What? You mean, now that she's fucking dying?
No, I mean, we can decide to do things differently. We don't have to play by her rules, where everyone's out for everyone. Kill or be killed. I think that's... I don't know. It might be her history, but it doesn't have to be ours. I'm not even sure she even believes it herself, actually. I'd rather believe that there are people I can always count on. And that they can count on me because I love them and I care for them. People like you, Dididou. Is she crying?
Sorry. I don't know what's going on with me. I'm scared, you know? For Mom. I don't want her to die.
Well, right now, she's still alive. And you know her, she's not going down easy.
I don't think you're anything like a lobster. I think lobsters are disgusting.
Is that right? Me too, come to think of it. Ugh, crap.
What? Is it the doctors?
No, look.
Alex, you should answer.
Are you sure? Are you gonna be okay?
Ask me again and I'll slap you. Of course I'll be okay. You're coming right back, aren't you?
You bet I am, dude. Little sis. I don't know what would have happened between your dad and I if you were still here. Would we have agreed on how to raise you, the kind of values to impart? I think so, at least on the surface. Actually, we had made a deal when you were still... He came up with the idea, if memory serves. We don't contradict each other in front of Astrid. If we have to fight, we do it in private. But that never happened anyway. Your dad doesn't get angry. Perhaps because he hates confrontation.
Got damage, you know.
Okay, pretend I didn't say anything, huh? Hello, Alex. How are you doing, Alex? Oh, I'm so glad to hear from you, Alex.
Did you take it?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I know exactly what he's talking about. I just have no desire to talk about it right now.
The house. Astrid's dollhouse. It used to be in my office and now it isn't. And I need it for work. I'm using it as a reference for level design.
Can I call you later? Hold on, where am I right now? I guess I wandered into a decommissioned part of the hospital. Ooh, it's kind of spooky.
No, you cannot call me later. It's easy. Just tell me if you have it. It will take 2 seconds.
Your dad is getting on my nerves. I'm sorry, but it's true. All right, Alex, listen. Okay, come on, keep your cool. Try and be mindful. I have no idea where that house is. And since we're talking about last week, actually, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have showed up unannounced. I don't know what came over me.
What does that mean? Wasn't it nice to see each other again?
You and I never got to talk about some stuff. The birds and bees, how grown-ups cuddle. Although we did have the chance. But I was never comfortable with the idea. Marie wasn't a fan of mother-daughter conversations. When I had my first period, do you know what she told me? Just make sure you don't stain the couch. So I guess as a result, I'm not too good with personal matters either. But still, I have a fond memory of that moment. I had become a woman, just like her. It was astonishing, almost an animalistic feeling. I felt strong, powerful. That's besides the point. I don't know why I did what I did. I don't even know why I went to your house.
Because you wanted to see me.
It's true. I'm telling you, I have no idea why I went. Maybe it was out of habit? I think that's one of the reasons why I fell in love with Alex. His way of figuring stuff out has always fascinated me. I couldn't figure out a character's story arc. He figured it out. I couldn't get in touch with producers. He figured it out. I couldn't live without you. He figured it out. Or he tried. I believe that's why I went to see him last week. So he could figure it out for me. Except I didn't even know what my problem was on that day. If only it were that simple. Anyway, it was really stupid, and I probably hurt you.
Come on, June, stop that. Last week you were happy. For the first time since I can remember.
What would you know? We haven't seen each other in months.
That is true. And it wasn't my call. You're the one who left. And I respected your choice. I learned how to live without you. And you showed up on my doorstep out of fucking nowhere? What am I supposed to think?
Yeah, he's totally right about that. I'm sorry, Alex. I truly am. I know you're angry and...
I'm not angry.
But I was in a bad place. I didn't know what to do. I needed to see someone.
Why not your sister then? Or call a girlfriend? Even your mother, for that matter. You came to see me because I know what you are feeling. I understand your pain. Don't you think?
No, I don't think so. You don't understand anything. Well, if you really understand, then why do I... Why the hell do I feel so alone? No one can understand what I feel, ever. No one can tell me how to live with this, how to do this. It's a gaping hole in the fabric of life, and living with that big a hole in you it's impossible. Do you remember your dollhouse? Marie gave it to you. She had built it herself in secret. It was really detailed. There were even miniature figurines of Alex and I for you to play with. Of course you remember. You took to it immediately. You were making up all kinds of stories about daily life where you were the hero. It's true. I did it. I stole your house from Alex and threw it away. I don't know why. Could you forgive me? If I had a really good reason? This is Pauline, your father's new girlfriend. Actually, we've known her since high school, but I haven't seen her in a while. She's a great girl, you know. I'm sure your dad will be happy with her. To be honest, I always wondered why he picked me over her back then. Your dad is still making video games, but he quit the big company he used to work for. Now he's making a game on his own. I don't know much about it. I think it's about you. In a way, every game he ever worked on talked about you. The games you were playing together actually gave him tons of ideas for his work. I thought Alex had gotten rid of that house when he cleaned out your room. After you passed, I never wondered where it was. I just forgot about it. Some people say that the dead haunt houses. I was afraid that you would haunt that one. Afraid to hear your voice if I stared at it for too long. Alex moved into this place with his new girlfriend about a year ago. He looked happy. Suburban homes aren't my thing, but I was relieved that he had finally left the apartment where the three of us had lived. When I learned that Alex and Pauline were moving in together, I thought he had turned the page. Do you want to know what I felt? It's complicated. I think I was impressed. Once more, your father had demonstrated that he was stronger than me, and I'd like to say that I was happy for him. But in truth, I envied him. I pictured Alex alone in his office, using his job as an excuse to play with your house. I found that pitiful. That didn't fit at all with the idea I had of him, always moving forward, never moping around. And then I realized that maybe he wasn't telling me everything about his feelings. Your father had everything. A new girlfriend, a nice house, his life on track. Meanwhile, I was over here, toiling, slowly crawling out of the hole. And I needed to see him, so he could comfort me. Just like before, I thought he owed me that. He started doing it at work, just so that he could meet his deadlines. Sometimes we did it together, at parties for fun. Oh, all right, I know it's bad, but when we knew that you were coming, we stopped. And that's why I was surprised to see some at his place last week. He tried to hide it, but I laughed in his face. I'm not his mom. Still, though, I thought to myself it was a bad sign. Alex looked gaunt. Not just because of the blow, it was like he'd been crying. I tried to talk to him, ask him how he was doing. He just dodged the question. So I insisted, but he said he wanted to show me something, and he started a video game. Something called Night Call. A murder mystery noir where you play a taxi driver. It was really good, but it's hard to have a conversation with a controller in your hands. Perhaps I threw away that house because I was jealous of Alex's new life. In fact, I might have wanted to show your father what he was losing by losing us. Perhaps I threw away that house because I was mad at Alex. His whole stuck in nostalgia thing, I found it incredibly offensive. Perhaps I threw away the house to shake up Alex. To get a reaction from him, so he could be mad at me, so he could snap out of his lurch. We had a great night in the end. We drank beers, we played, we laughed. And after a while, he asked me what I was doing there, really. I thought about telling him the truth, but instead I kissed him. I don't know what came upon me. He kissed me. And more. It was very nice. Much more intense than it used to be before. And it made me want to cry because that was way too late. Perhaps I threw away that house because that was my gift to him. Perhaps I thought he needed this old relic out of his life. Like he needed me out of his life. I'm sure all of that contributed to my reaction, to a certain extent. I was jealous, a bit petty, conflicted, and on top of that, I was a dollhouse thief. But there was something else, something that really hurt me, and that I'm only understanding now. I was ashamed. I came to demand support from Alex. I thought it was unfair that he was already happy again. But when I came across that dollhouse, I realized that he missed you as much as I did, which is actually why I threw it away. That's the reason. The dollhouse was proof that for years I had been blinded. I was ashamed to only realize now that he too was hurting.
I understand your pain, don't you think?
How is this possible? How did I not realize that he was hurting too? And how come he never told me about it? Well, how about you, Alex? Should we talk about that?
What? What do you mean?
How many times have we talked about Astrid together? About her death? Dozens of times? Hundreds, maybe?
That's because we needed to.
I needed that. That was the only thing I could talk about, and Alex was always there to listen to me. To check how I'm doing, to inquire about my feelings, to assess my needs, to ask if there was anything else he could do. And I never asked him any questions. Not a single one. Are you sure about that?
What do you mean, am I sure? You were devastated.
And you? How did you feel?
Come on, again with this shit. Pauline is always trying to make me talk to. I don't have anything to say. What am I supposed to say?
There's no way you never felt the need to talk about those feelings. That whole time when you finally got me to calm down and fall asleep? How did you feel? What did you think?
I don't know. I can't remember. Why are you dragging this up now?
Because I never thought to ask you back then.
Well, that's all right. I'm okay. I was okay. It's not your fault.
He's still doing it. He's still trying to protect me all the time. He needs to understand that things have changed. No, maybe not. Anyway, I probably wouldn't have listened to what you had to say. I was unable to. But now I'm thinking to myself that it wasn't fair. You know, I just realized something and I'm so ashamed about it. You're hurt too, and that didn't even occur to me until now.
I was thinking about you.
Not about Astrid?
When I was alone at night, I was thinking about what I needed to do to help you get better. That's all I thought about. You needed me. That kept me going. And now that you're no longer here...
I lived in fear of everything for a long time. Fear of making the wrong choice, fear of making mistakes, fear of not being good enough, not smart enough. And Alex was an antidote against all these fears. He was acting like he didn't have wounds of his own. But I knew that he did. One day, for instance, he told me about his parents. They love each other the same as ever. They're very good together. For them, having a child just came as a natural step to their relationship. They were nice, patient, kind. They ticked all the boxes. But in the end, parenting, that wasn't their thing. I think that in spite of their best efforts, they don't give a flying fuck about me. Maybe that's the reason why he, on the other hand, cared so much about us. Maybe your hugs and my kisses were the things that helped him cope. You can take care of yourself. All this energy you expended for me was admirable, but it was also holding you captive. You're free now.
Free from what?
Free to face your own emotions and deal with them, to heal your own pain.
You know, if I ever think too much about her, about how much I miss her, I have to stop. It makes me dizzy, it scares me. I'm pathetic.
Of course you're not. I understand.
I'm trying to live with it, you know? But missing you on top of missing her, it's too much. I need you.
Listen, Alex. How do I tell him? It was very nice. But it was also completely stupid.
Don't say that. Why are you saying that?
You know why. We can't be doing this. Things are different between us now.
They don't have to be. Things could even be better.
Stop it.
You know I'm right. Deep down you know it. Everything that happened to us, it helped us. There was a reason. Maybe all of this means we are supposed to come back together. Stronger.
Bullshit.
Why?
What about Pauline?
Pauline is... great. I'll talk to her. It will be hard, but she'll understand.
What will she understand? That your crazy ex has suddenly decided to return after dumping you, after she killed your...
Don't even go there.
That's a really stupid idea, Alex. People don't change. And you know how I am.
I do. I've known since day one.
We met in high school, as juniors. It feels like a lifetime ago. We only had one class in common. Film studies. And we had completely opposite tastes. But I immediately liked something about him. His high-speed internet. Hey, back in the day, it was a precious gift. Especially in our podunk town. All of a sudden, you could pirate movies from all over the world. A dream. Yeah, I know what you're going to say. Piracy kills, blah, blah, blah. But that's only for the rich. When you're 16, you're poor. So, it's okay. We spent hours on end in Alex's bedroom. I'm sure his parents thought we were having sex. They were a charming couple, always smiling. They let Alex do whatever he wanted. I was super jealous. We watched tons of movies, lying on his bed, chomping on candy. I was obsessed with film. It felt like discovering a new world. And when I requested a boring 3-hour movie, the next day, we would play a video game. Actually, it's not as lame as it sounds, I promise.
Don't you think about it? Don't you miss it? Don't you want everything to be just like before?
I think... Yes, I think I do.
It's not too late.
You really think so?
I know so.
I'm on my way then.
Like, now?
Yes? Shouldn't I?
Yes. Yes, come over.
Wait for me, I'm coming. After all, why not? Maybe he's right. Maybe I was just wrong about all this. That wouldn't be the first time I screwed up. The three of us were so happy together. Maybe Alex and I can still be happy? You know, my little fawn, in life, you only have two ways out. Either escaping or disappearing. But sometimes, you're unable to disappear. And escaping from yourself, well, that sure ain't easy. So, when that happens, in your opinion, what's left to do? We can try to find out together if you want. When Diane and I were little, Mary would tell us bedtime stories. She would make up animal fables with all kinds of mystery and conflict. Savage world, she called it. Female wolves, bears, or scorpions would find themselves in imminent danger, but they could always manage it on their own, swindling and betraying the boorish, idiotic males. Mary wanted us to be strong, courageous, and independent women, except it also made me a bit fearful of the world. Alex gifted me most of these books. It started as a joke, but as time passed, there were more and more. It goes back to the film studies days in high school. We barely knew one another. The teacher had prompted us to write a few scenes from a comedy, and I couldn't do it. And then one morning, your dad gave me a book and told me, check this out, since you're so not funny. It made me laugh. And, well, truth be told, I was charmed that he cared about me. So I read his dumb book, and believe it or not, the next few scenes I wrote were really funny. But then it turned into a habit. Every time I had an issue, Alex would find the book to address it. Some of the worst titles, too. How to Win Friends and Influence People, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, Who Moved My Cheese? I was reading them casually, but they still helped me move on. Alex would call it the emergency library. Every problem has a book, he said. But when I found myself alone, The library didn't work anymore. At first, I stayed in the apartment for days. I wouldn't go outside. I barely recognized my own voice when I opened the door for food deliveries. I could have disappeared. No one would have known. Yet, amid the silence, if you listen carefully, you can hear some things. The air traveling through the lungs, the bowels gurgling, the teeth grinding, even a heart beating. That much is clear now. In fact, Alex and Marie are like two sides of the same coin for me. Alex was my crutch, my unwavering support. I came to believe that I would crumble without him. Marie was a model of strength, of courage, and determination. Everyone admires her, but she is completely unattainable. And I was dependent on her as much as him. Unable to manage on my own, but that was before. I guess you understand now, my little fawn. Your dad and I separated, and for the first time in my life, I was living alone. At 34 years old, I had no idea how to do that. And he didn't fix everything. But come to think of it, it may be the reason I began looking for who I really was. I lived surrounded with cardboard boxes for months. I was unable to open them. It was physically impossible, but it didn't bother me much. I've never been a homemaker anyway. Also, if I had an off day, I could always blame it on those boxes, instead of blame it on the life that was put away in those boxes. I think I just figured out why I love movies so much. When I was a teenager, my life didn't seem real. I couldn't say for sure that I existed, but in movies, people had pure and intense emotions. I loved that. Any fiction was a documentary to me. When I found myself alone, I fell back into that zone. I watched hundreds of movies, obscure comedies, blockbusters, absurd schlock. I was looking for a template that would explain to me how to feel. Except it didn't work this time. I needed more. From the day you died, I had been sleeping a lot. I was still tired when I woke up, but at least it passed the time. Then everything changed. Sleeplessness kicked in. I spent my nights trying to understand, what am I still doing here? Do you remember this cup? Every morning you would drink your hot cocoa from it. I had to take it out of the dishwasher so many times. You wanted nothing else. It was in a box for a while. I thought about it, sometimes when I thought about you. It was there. One day I pulled it out of one of the boxes. I wanted a hot cocoa, and it slipped out of my hands. My heart skipped a beat in that moment. I held held my breath for 1 second. And then... nothing. I just picked up the pieces one by one and threw them in the garbage. I wondered whether I was a monster for not feeling devastated. But now I know that I'm not. I was tired of being sad. Tired. I stayed strong. And it turns out that being able to do that changed everything. That day I realized that I was strong and that I could do it alone. Then I understood. I turned on my computer and I started typing. Not a soap opera episode like I was writing before you died. It was something personal. And I think it was important. A movie script. A beautiful, kind of sad story. It could be a nice feature if I ever finish it one day. I was surprised to feel the desire to write, but now I understand how priceless it was. It allowed me to switch roles. I was no longer the grieving mother, or the young divorcee, or the daughter of. I was writing. I was becoming an author. I was inventing a reality that was just as valid as another. You know, I was telling the truth earlier when I said that there were only 2 ways out in life. But whether you escape or disappear, in the end you're doing the same thing. Now I understand that I had to find another way. And complete solitude allowed me to face the void and to rewrite myself. It was the only way for me to change completely, from the ground up.
Don't you want everything to be just like before?
Alex and I can reinvent ourselves. I know that we can. But that's going to require a lot more work. I would love for things to work out that way, Alex. Just like in the movies. But the scene when they get back together, the happy end, we all know that's not happening. Too bad. You're at least as sexy as Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, and I definitely have better abs.
I noticed that the other day. Is that new?
See? You're missing out.
I'm sorry things ended the way they did between us. I left because I was losing my bearings. And I felt like you were also going off track. You know, trying to convince us that we would be okay.
I was trying to help you.
That's the problem. You couldn't have. I was too sad. I was unable to listen. I couldn't keep leaning so much on you. I couldn't stand it. I had reached a breaking point. If I didn't make a big change, I would have... But I was not allowed to die. I had no right. So I tried living. All the people who matter to me have something in common. They all taught me that I could live without someone else. Marie taught me that I could live without a father. That I could exist as a woman in a world created for men. But she never taught me what it was like to be loved. Alex taught me that I could live without Marie. All of a sudden, I was worth more than I thought, and she much less than I thought. But what he loved the most about me was that he could be there for me. I don't hold it against him. We are who we are. He loved me, but he didn't help me love myself. And then you were there. And you taught me the most important thing. You taught me that I could live, even without Marie, even without Alex, even without you. Without you.
You know, I changed too.
I believe you, Alex.
So don't you think it may be a good time to try again?
We can't try again if we're strangers to each other.
Wow. That's a Nobel Wisdom Prize right there.
That's not even a thing.
Exactly.
You know... Oh, I don't know if I should tell him this, but... I will always love you. And oftentimes I think to myself that we could start something new. We'd hop in the car and road trip through Ardèche. I would take off my flip-flops and rest my bare feet on the dashboard. And you would yell at me because that's nasty.
That is definitely nasty.
Oh, nastier than your damn Tupperware up in the fridge?
Nastier than your clumps of hair in the bathroom sink?
Probably not. But then I realized that all of these are memories. Some are good, many are, but some are dreadful. Those memories with you, they're too much to handle. Which means I don't have a choice. I have to leave it all behind. You understand?
Then, what about last week?
Look, Alex, I don't want to hurt him, but... I'm going to hang up now. I blew off Diane to pick up the phone, thinking this was an emergency.
But it is an emergency. I'm sure Diane will understand.
Alex, you don't know!
Fine. The one time I need your help...
Oh, poor guy. He's about to feel very bad about this. Oh well, that was his dumb choice. Alex, I'm at the hospital.
Oh shit. Are you okay? What happened? Or was it Diane?
Don't worry, I'm fine, and so is your dear Diane. It's my mother. She had...
Oh.
I should be happy that he's relieved, but man, that's harsh. But let's be honest, Alex has never been too keen on her anyway. Do you want to know how he described her? The mug of a James Bond villain, the personality of a public restroom, and the pictorial style of a drunken tardigrade. I'm sure he thought that she was being unfair to me, and that annoyed him. So he avoided her as much as possible. The worst part is that she loved him, but he could see right through her. Marie's self-assurance, her way of looking down on everyone. He often told me that he wasn't buying it, that it was pretend. Alex didn't like that I wasn't as critical of Marie as he was. He probably thought that I was a bit masochistic. I wasn't. It's just that I'm her daughter, and she is my only mother. Alex, this is my mother we're talking about. I mean, sure, this is Marie, but still.
What happened to Our Lady of the Paintbrush? I know it wasn't a heart. She doesn't have one.
That doesn't sound like Alex. Not at all. What's happening to him? Is he drunk? It's a bit early to start drinking. Should I be worried? Or perhaps I shouldn't say anything. It's not funny, Alex. It's not funny. It's actually pretty insensitive, which is not like you. Are you okay?
Come on. It's just a joke.
Except nothing is ever just a joke.
Anyway, what do you care if I'm okay?
I mean, I care about you, and
Oh, sorry. Are you doing a stand-up routine now? Hopefully that works out better than movies did.
Right, I don't know what's going on, but I have no time for this, okay? So I'm just gonna hang up now.
Yeah, you hang up. You can call me anytime, day or night, even show up at my house unannounced. I'm here, no worries. But if it's the reverse, I can go right on to hell.
That's unfair, Alex. I don't...
Unfair? Really? Have I ever not been there for you?
What is that supposed to mean? Are we keeping score? That's news to me. I never asked you to be there. I don't owe you a thing, okay? Just call Pauline if you're looking for comfort.
That's too easy, Juno. Giving up on me now that you no longer need me.
Alex, it's been almost 2 years
What
since
if I had done that to you when Astrid died?
Oh, go fuck yourself, Alex!